Hi friends, welcome. Thank you for coming back, and if you're new, thank you for checking out my channel. I am Tracy from Toronto, Canada. I am GrizzlieKnits on Instagram and Ravelry, and this is my knitting podcast, sometimes crochet as well. Today I have some finished objects to share with you, some whips, and lots to show you in terms of stash enhancement and my advent plans that I want to share with you as well. So let's just dive right in. What I am wearing today, this is my Tin Can Knit Harvest Cardigan that I made a few months ago. I've talked about this before, so I won't really go into it. I wear it quite a lot. It's made out of Patton's yarn and a knit crate yarn that I had just hiding away somewhere, and it's very comfortable. It does fall off my shoulders. I've had a few questions about the fit of it now that I've worn it quite a bit, and it does fall off my shoulders, as you'll probably see during the podcast. I don't hate that. I also don't love that, but I don't know what I would do differently, because I mean, I guess I could put a button, some kind of button thing here. That's an idea. Right now, I'm just wearing it like it is. I also have, peeking out, my Jessie made secret crop top. I've made a couple of these. It's ribbed and they are amazing. I wear them under my, my tanks that I really like. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing, and I have a couple of finished objects to share with you. It's been a few weeks, and I've been really focusing on one project that you'll see in a few minutes when we talk about whips. But for now, I'll just show you my finished projects. I finished my Musselburgh hat by Yesolda Teague, and I will put everything across the screen if I remember, and if not, I'll write it down in the description box below. This is from Ritual Dyes yarn from Portland. That was a gift from a friend. It's so pretty. The color is alabaster. So I did I'll just show you. I did the medium adult. And I have to say, I wore it this morning for the first time on a walk, because it's finally getting a little bit colder here. I would make it a tiny bit longer next time, because I like to double brim it, and it just sat here. I'd like it a little bit thicker, but then I thought, I haven't really blocked it yet. So I think I'm going to try blocking it first and then change my instructions for next time. It was a great knit. This is my second successful one. I made one that, I don't know what happened. It basically fell apart. So I must have done something terribly wrong. But I did want to share with you that I was watching the Crazy Sock Lady, and she suggested, or she tried not following how to cast on. I've done the way that you're supposed to in the pattern, which was a bit fiddly. And then I did a crochet cast on from the instructions of Nitty Natty, which was much better. But I realized those things, just getting started is what keeps me from doing these hats, because it's fiddly. So the Crazy Sock Lady started it by just casting on and just going for it, like casting on double magic loop, and then just following the increases. So I decided to try it with this hat to see, and it was great, no problem, and I would do it again like that. So that's nice to know that you can just do it. Anyway, love the hat. I have a few other little finished objects to share with you. Let me just grab some water. One is, and this was just back to this was such a great travel project. My husband and I went on a little trip to Quebec City, and I brought this and it was so good. Just knitting round and round. I brought it everywhere, restaurants, buses, planes, like it was so perfect. Okay. Oh, sorry I had to move you because you were on my next finished object. I made a little dishcloth from a new pattern. So this is the pattern's by Ester Joy. It is a free pattern and it comes with 3 different textures that you can do in a dishcloth. So it was just fun, really sweet. I bought a lot of this pink, I think in the summer, and it's 100% cotton, worsted weight. And I have tried, I think I bought it from the Knitting Loft in Toronto, and I have tried to make several things out of it, and I haven't liked any of them. So I think I might be just giving up. Maybe 100% cotton just isn't the way for me, and I might just do dishcloths with them. And then she shows you in the pattern how you can just do a little trim, so I can use other colors. Anyway, it's just a quick little thing, very sweet. I want to do the other patterns because they're all a lot of fun. So Ester Joy, if you don't follow her, she's a Canadian maker, designer. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you should. She makes the cutest bears, which I have made quite a few of. Little bears and little dolls, and she's just a very clever lady. Okay, I also have a few other ornaments that I've made. A couple of years ago, I bought Tracy Miller and Jody Brown, the Grocery Girls. I bought their pattern Fairy Lights, which is like a garland that you can make with little hats and stockings and scarves. It's really cute. So I pulled that out and I just had some fun one night. I made a little stocking. This is from leftover from my Cozy Knitter Advent sock yarn that I think this was last year's. I didn't buy it this year, but I have bought a couple in the past. So I had the yarn left over and it's just so cute. I don't know what I'll do with this, if it'll be an ornament or maybe on someone's gift. Anyway, really sweet. It's a really nice little pattern. And then I made the little hat. Oh, and they call for, I think it's worsted in the pattern, but I changed my needle size, so I went down and I did fingering. So it's a little hat. Just out of some fingering scraps that I had. But they're so cute. All right, and moving on with ornaments, I did purchase a new ornament pattern by Susan B. Anderson. I'll put a picture up. It is called, what is it called? Oh, Good Tidings Ornaments. I think that's what it's called. You know what? I wrote notes for a reason. Because my memory is, Good Tidings Ornaments by Susan B. Anderson. And it is just the sweetest. She has different ornaments to make. You just knit them and then stuff them. And they're all color work, just so adorable. So I did do one so far, and this is it. If you can see, it's kind of blowing out of it. There we go. These are just little trees. Gotta shape it back. And then a little bit of kind of a rusty red to make that little top part. There's Rudolph, there's hearts, there's, oh, so many. It is so adorable. So I want to make some more. And I realized I'm not great at color work. Like this is great practice for me. I think color work is something I really like looking at, but when I do it, I don't know. I need practice. I think it's just a practice thing. Oh, I have to add on top of the trees, you add a little duplicate stitch just as a little decoration. So I do have to add that. But it's so sweet. You can make so many in different colors. It took basically no yarn, just your stuffing. Anyway, so that's that for my finished objects. A few little things, because I got a big story to talk to you about. Always a story. Okay, we're gonna go right into whips because I want to show you this whip. It's in my beautiful Noble Character Crafts bag that I love, and it is my Aura vest by Irene Lynn. The last time you saw this was a few weeks ago, and I was plowing along. I was doing great. I was getting that lace, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Then I split for sleeves, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh, this is wrong. This is not right at all. The problem with lace, you can't make a mistake. Like, you really can't. You can't find your way through that girl. It's like I somehow shifted. So you could see it was like this and then suddenly like this. And I just kept going. So, oh my gosh, what do I do now? I have to rip back. It was right in the front. It was so obvious. So I ripped back, which is not easy either for lace. I thought I did a good job. I got back to my numbers. The great thing about Irene Lynn, I told you this before, she puts numbers after nearly every row what you should have, and that was really a lifesaver. I went back, and sadly, I went back, got my numbers, thought I started knitting again, got about the 2 inches again, thought I was great, you know, parades, everything. No, wrong again. So we had to make tough choices, people. Was I going to frog the entire thing? And now I have to take off my sweater because I'm hot. Was I going to frog the entire thing? Like, what was I going to do? Because I thought, the thought of like ripping back again, like days of work, I didn't know if I had that in me. So I made a decision, and I'm still, I wouldn't say I'm on the fence. I'm liking it, but there's still a slight chance it's gonna be a mess. There's a slight chance it's gonna be like so good. So I thought I need to get into that ribbing because I have to get out of this lace. But it was like, you know, there was so much left. Like, why don't I show you so you understand a bit more what I'm talking about? This is the vest. So I had put on, before the disaster, I had put on the neckline. Usually, like, it's a little, you know, it's hard a neckline to put on. This was the best neckline I've ever done, which made me sad because, like, to rip out that made me so sad. So you can see where I made the mistake. Well, you can't see because it's ripped, but like you can see the measurement of where I made the mistake. So I thought I really need to start in this ribbing, but like it's just too high up. So I was looking on Ravelry at some vests, and there is a design, and there was about 3 or 4 of them where the ribbing starts very high, but it's always split, a split rib, like that. So I did the math and I split it, and I kept trying it on, and I think we might be okay. I also was running out of yarn. So another thought was I didn't want to buy a whole skein of this color if this was going to be frogged. So I found 2 grays I had. One is Linen Quill from Pearl Soho, which I find is kind of a very light fingering, and Full Moon Fibers in their sterling colorway. So I put those two together and I was very happy with that. It makes a really nice decay. Like, you know, it did well with this. Oh, this yarn, I didn't say what it was. It is from the Knitting Loft in their Cheeky DK in their Genie colorway. So I put on the sleeves like normal, like the pattern says. So my only thing is going to be this. So what I've done so far, I did the measurements how I like it for the front, and I'm working on the back. And this is taking a really long time because it is twisted rib. Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is when I'm done this and I think it's a good size, I may block it before I take out these needles because, you know, it's very stretchy and we want that lace to open up, and then this maybe hit me where I want it to hit me. I don't know, guys. I'm no designer. Like, I felt like I was really out of my depth here trying to redesign Irene Lynn. It's like redesigning Stephen West. Like, you just don't do that. Anyway, that's it. So the next time I podcast, I really hope that I have good news and I'm wearing it and I'm like, yay. If this works out and you're interested, I will put my modifications on Ravelry under this project page. Obviously you'd have to buy the pattern to get to that part, so I don't feel bad about that. But I don't know, it might look kind of cool. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. You guys are always usually right. Okay, so that is that. That took a lot out of me. I mean, we went away, so I didn't have it with me, and then came back to kind of the whole messy having to revamp everything. So that's been taking quite a bit of my knitting time. And I've had to actually not work on it that much because I wanted to do a little bit of gift knitting too. So my other whip is a gift knit that I've been working on. If you watched my previous episode, I made out of this color yarn, which I just found out is called Golden Heather. It is by Estelle Worsted, and I made the Felix cardigan, and I liked it, but I wasn't like 100% sure on this color. But a lot of you were so sweet and you sent me like pictures like, look, it's trendy, or look, this knitter made this out of it. And I don't know, you guys probably just felt bad for me. Thank you. And anyway, I had 2 of these left over, so I thought I'm gonna make something for someone else. Oh boy, we're losing stitches. Okay, let me just get this back on. I got in Rose Opal Knits in their Discord group. They do like knit-alongs and things like that. I can't remember what it was for, but I did win a pattern of my choosing. So I picked the DaraRae Makes. She's on Instagram. She has beautiful, beautiful things, and she's a very good pattern writer. It is called the Cozy Hearth Hat and Mittens, and they're matching. So it's a worsted weight pattern, and so I started my Cozy Hearth hat. I have a cute little ornament Christmas guy right there. I get these from a Canadian maker, Gentle Island. She has the cutest little charms. Anyway, so the pattern's so good. You can pick worsted, bulky, or super bulky, and then she gives you all the numbers for that. But the actual pattern, if you can see it, is just slip stitches, knits and purls, nice and easy. And I really like how this is coming out. It's really soft, and I think it's going to be a really nice gift. And I still have quite a bit on this one, and then I of course have the other one. So I'm going to make the mitts, and the mitts are fingerless gloves, which would be such a nice set for somebody. So I've been working on that. And so those are my two whips that I've been working on. The disaster of a vest, some ornaments, and this gift knit. All right. So everything else that I have to talk to you about are things I have to show you or things that are upcoming. So mini glasses for upcoming. Okay, I think I'll talk to you about my future plans, future as in this week, because December 1st is quickly approaching and I have gotten my Advent. I can't remember if I told you, but I have bought the Polka Dot Creek Advent. I love the movie Elf, and it's their Elf Advent. And it's 25 Canadian dyers and their favorite elf quote, and you know, then the yarn. And I just thought it'd be a lot of fun, not just for me, but for my family, because we all love elf. So that is here, which is a good thing because we're having a Canadian postal strike right now. But what am I gonna do with it? Because I have done, in the past, with my Advents, I have either saved them or made something right away. And I have to say, I do enjoy the making something right away. I find if I save them, then they almost just get lost with other minis. Whereas if you do them right away, like your whole month of December, like put that effort in, I feel like it just makes it a little bit more special. So that's what I wanted to do. Now, I realize with 25 dyers, I don't think it's gonna be too cohesive. Definitely not a fade, probably some bright colors in there, maybe colors that I don't wanna wear. So I was looking for a blanket. But if you watched my blanket episode, I have a lot of blankets on the go. So this is where I've come to. Unless something pops up this week, I am going to pull out my anthology throw by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade that I started earlier this year, way earlier, like I think January earlier. And I got this much done. So not a lot, but I remember really enjoying it. And I thought, I'm gonna pick this up, finish this bit, and then this will be my Advent blanket. And then I'll every day, hopefully every day, who knows, I will put my elf yarn into this blanket, and this will be the elf blanket. So I'm quite happy with that. I was looking at all different blankets, and then I thought, you know, I have to pay for another pattern, and I felt kind of guilty because I have this just sitting there. I do want to work on this. So it just kind of like, just made sense. So that's that plan. All right, two other fun things that I am doing for December 1st, which is next Sunday already. I have signed up or bought the pattern for a mystery cal. It's a Christmas mystery cal by Stephanie Lotvin of it's called the Merry Making Cal. I think she's Telly Bean Knits. I'll write that down below. It kind of sounds right. Anyway, if you put in Merry Making Cal on Ravelry, you'll find it. So it is a 12-day mystery cal. The shape is a shawl cal, so it's quite big, and you get a clue for 12 days. So I already bought it, and she gives you like an introductory paper to help you pick your yarns. I have not picked my yarns yet. You need 6 yarns, fingering weight, or you could do DK worsted if you want. She gives you the numbers for that as well. I think I'm gonna do fingering. I just have so much of it. I don't know the yarns, so next time I record, I'm sure I'm gonna be able to show you what yarns I'm using. I don't think I'm gonna go crazy. I think I'm gonna try to stick with like more, I don't know, more neutrals, that something I'm gonna wear. even though it's gonna have lots of like cute little Christmas motifs, that's gonna be really cute, but not necessarily will I wear like bright red and bright green and things like that. So I wanna keep that in mind for myself. And she tells you for each color, how many yards you're gonna need. So you could totally do this in scraps, providing you have enough. I bought from Amazon about a year ago, and it's like such a great purchase, a little kitchen scale to put my yarn on so I can see how many, not yards, but how many grams that I have. So that will come in handy for this. So that is called the Mystery Cow, Merry Making Mystery Cow. And I will be starting that on December 1st as well. Okay, my last thing for December 1st that I'm gonna do, I mentioned before that I usually buy the Cozy Knitter Advent sock knitting yarn, which is basically 25 colors. You do a stripe a day for 25 days, and on Christmas Day you have a pair of socks. I've done that for a couple of years. I didn't get one this year because I got the Polka Dot Creek Advent, but I've always had fun with it. So I thought I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna put my own yarn. I'm gonna go through all my yarns, and I showed you this Christmas blanket that I started, but I'm still on the fence with this. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I have so much yarn that's kind of like bright and fun and Christmassy in here that I might throw in some neutrals too, that I'm going to go through and make my own. So, you know, just like some little balls to do a stripe a day for each sock. And then by the 25 days, I'll have my own pair, which I thought would be fun. So if you have some just scraps lying around, it's fun to do a stripe a day. It's amazing how you get this, like, you know, you get a pair of socks at the end of it. So it's a really good way of using your scraps. Okay, those are my 3 plans for December. Plus, I have a few gifts in mind. I have some gift socks I have to finish. I have a gift blanket I have to finish. So I think that's probably gonna be it. Like I say that, but we know probably not gonna happen. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna start anything new. Yeah, right. We'll see. Gotta have a New Year's Eve cast on, don't you? Anyway, we gotta focus. Okay, those are all my things. I do have a lot of stash enhancement. It looks a lot, guys. I'm just looking at it. If it's not your thing, I will say goodbye and thank you so much for coming. But if it is your thing, sit down. Okay, I talked about Quebec City. My husband and I went for a little trip, and there was a yarn shop that we walked to. I'm going to butcher the name. I'm going to write it on the screen. It's called Cours de Main. It's something like, it means something like heart of lace. I think we looked it up. Anyway, I'm going to put up some pictures of this cute little yarn shop, and I want to show you what I bought. Now we did fly, so I had to like relax a little, which was good. I had like a couldn't go crazy thing. So the first thing I bought was by Coop Knits, this sock yarn. It's a 50 grams, so that's just so perfect. I loved the color, and this was unbelievable. So this is by Illimani Royale 2, and it's on their, I think it's alpaca. Look how soft this is. Like, it's unreal. Yeah, it's 100% royal alpaca. And I just thought, oh, I don't even know what to make with this. I kind of want it on my neck, but then I also want it like, how good would this be for mittens? So it looks like this. So soft, but not like that pulley, that breaky stuff. Just soft. Love that. And then the rest, oh, not the rest. Okay, these two, Juniper Moon Farm, which I've never bought their yarn before, in the Patagonia Merino, Organic Merino. This is, I think it's their worsted. Oh, no, it's not. It's their DK. It's wool, but it's very, very soft, and I got it in pearl and acorn. I want this to be together. I think this is going to be a shawl. And then I did want to get one skein from a local Quebec dyer, because I thought that would be such a nice souvenir. So Julie Asselin dyes in Quebec, and this is her DK, and it's 90% merino and 10% silk. It is just beautiful. Look at those colors. There's grays and browns, and I thought with these, that would be a really nice shawl. So they're gonna be a shawl together in the new year. And you're gonna see such a theme. I must be on such a brown kick. Anyway, so that's what I bought from our little trip, which was so sweet and so nice. Then I came back to a Knit Picks sale. And so it seems Knit Picks has a very big sale in November. Last November, I didn't go for it because I thought, no, I have enough yarn. And I was right. But this year, I was like, okay, yeah, you have enough yarn now, but you know, they're not gonna have this sale for another year. So I bought a few things that I want to show you. And one of the things I have big plans for. So here we are. And I'll just quickly go through them. I'm wondering, should I tell you my plan or should I wait? You know what, I'm gonna wait because I want to tell you my knitting plans, and I know that this is not gonna happen in December. So let me just quickly show you the yarn. And okay, this one, Felici's back, guys. It's back. It says for a short time. I don't know what that means. I just got one. For my size foot, I can do one if I do another color of toes and heels and cuffs. So I just got one. I was good. This is a very cute color. It is called General Store. So it's really sweet. So I got a few things that I just want to try. I mean, I've tried that before. This I haven't. Chroma worsted. It is a color changing yarn. And I just thought, how pretty is that? That would be really nice in something. I have not tried this yarn. It is worsted. And this one's called Fall Favorite. This I've never tried. But boy, am I happy so far with just the softness. It is called Whoopsland, and in heavyweight Irene, or I mean a heavy worsted weight. And I got it in, oh, okay, it's merino wool and baby alpaca. Nice. I got it in charcoal gray. Prices were really, really good. Another very popular yarn that I've never tried is Palette. So I thought I'd give that a try, and I got some of these in just neutrals. So Palette is a fingering yarn. I got it in oyster and dove, and it is so soft. Really happy. And then I just got some Wool of the Andes, which I have used before. And I have to tell you about Wool of the Andes. It's not as soft as the other, but when you block it and wash it, it really turns nice. So it was such a good price. I've got these colors going for something special. This one is Pampas Heather. It's like a greeny gray, really nice. This one is Almond. This one is Mink Heather. This one is Brass Heather. And then I just got plain Oyster Heather. So yeah, that came in and I was very happy with that. I feel like I took advantage of the sale, absolutely. But now I'm good for a while. So yes, so lots of plans. I'd love to hear what your plans are for upcoming December plans. I know a lot of you are gift knitting. Are you taking time to make things for yourself? Do you have an Advent? What are you using your Advent for? All those good things. I'd love to hear all about it. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and have a great week or two, and till we talk next time, take care. Bye-bye.